Men should always pay on the first date.
I think so, yeah.
I think so,
I
yeah.
straight up.
I will always offer.
Oh, same. Secretly, I'm like, no.
If they like accept my offer, I appreciate a man buying the first date.
Welcome back to Physician's Choice Girl Talk. I'm Lauren. I am part of the social media team. Happy to be here.
And I'm Abby. I'm also part of the social media team. Thanks for having me here again. Second time.
Guys, this is so crazy. Third episode, guys. We made it.
Woohoo.
Almost. Yay. Today's topic is kind of fun. We're going to be talking about hot takes and cancel culture. I feel like it's fitting for us being a part of social media. I mean, granted, those of you who are also on social media, like, we see a lot of things, we hear a lot of things. So yeah, hot takes and cancel culture.
Let's get into it. Lauren, do you think cancel culture is necessary or is it toxic?
I think both. I think it's necessary to hold someone accountable for their actions because I think that's the only way to, make sure they correct and fix things. But also I feel like this day and age, we're just getting too sensitive with things, okay? I said it here first, ladies and gents. I think y'all are too sensitive. I grew up, I'm Hispanic, my family likes to roast me, so I feel like I just have really thick skin that I'm like, if someone says something, I'm like, okay, that was stupid, but I'm not going to be like, you're canceled forever and ever and ever.
Totally.
Yeah, but how about you?
No, I agree. I think things have just gone a little too far. We've definitely left little room for forgiveness. I think what we were saying before, if someone judged me for who I was at 14,
yes,
like I would hate that.
I would too. I think I would cry.
I don't even know who that girl is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. But like, I think a lot of times we'll cancel people for things that they did when they were young, and like, I don't know. But again, it's also hard for me to say because I recognize my privilege, and sometimes the words that people are canceled for, like, they don't directly affect me. So I don't know if I can have a huge opinion on those cancellations, but I think canceling someone, like, for example, what's happening to Hailey Bieber right now, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's fair. Yeah, so it just depends.
Yeah. Have you ever stopped supporting someone because of cancel culture?
Honestly, I think I have. I can't remember a specific creator, but I think there's times where creators have done something like well into their adulthood where like they should have known better and their apology kind of missed the mark.
Yeah, the apology videos. I'm so over the apology videos.
Yes. So I think that's probably where I'm just like, I just don't identify with this person anymore.
Yeah. I think for me, it has to be like something super, super extreme. Like, I'm going to throw it out there. Zach Bryan, for example, loved his music, but his actions with Brianna Chicken Fry, like, I'm a girl's girl through and through, and like what she went through, I can't even imagine. So like I stopped listening to his music and following him and supporting him in any way. But like it has to be something so extreme for me to, I think, not follow somebody.
I agree.
But like I said, I feel like this day and age, it's just like every little detail is just taken out of context.
Yeah.
So because of that, I feel like I have been afraid to post something. Not that I have a huge following by any means. I'm not an influencer. Have you ever been scared to post something?
Totally. I think it's so hard to be perceived now, and I'm a very sarcastic person, and a lot of my humor is kind of dry, and like if it doesn't land correctly, then it could maybe be read the wrong way. So yeah, I always get nervous about being perceived online.
Well, especially in this job specifically, like representing Physician's Choice, I feel like, we have to thoroughly think of what we're putting out there, that I feel like it kind of, at least for me, it sprinkles over into like my personal account a little bit. I don't know. Especially Twitter. I feel like Twitter's the worst, where you really like anything could be taken out of context.
Yeah, I deleted my Twitter after cancel culture got really big because I was just like, I don't want to be perceived.
Smart. No, you're smart. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Is cancel culture really about justice, or is it just for entertainment? I like that question.
Ooh, that's a toughie. I think maybe for both. I think the extreme ones is for justice, but I think part of it, I mean, let's be honest, as a society, I feel like we love and thrive off drama. I think like that's why we're so fascinated by celebrities and
Totally.
influencers, is because we love the drama. We love to get the tea, right? So I think that's why this whole thing with Hailey Bieber and like that whole narrative, right? It's like it happened years and years ago. Homegirl's literally married with a child.
Yeah.
And we're still choosing to circulate something that happened 10 years ago. So I think it can be both.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you think?
I think it can be both when if like someone, I'm trying to think of like a specific example. Zach Bryan's a good example. I don't think that was just for entertainment. But I do think, I mean, there's like, I don't know if you've ever been on Reddit, but it's just full of people like picking
Reddit's toxic.
everything apart about influencers specifically, but obviously like magazines and tabloids have done that to celebrities forever. But like, yeah, just waiting for them to mess up and cancel them for something, it's totally for entertainment.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
our society like thrives off of that. So.
We do. We just love to pick people apart.
We do.
Do you think cancel culture should have like an expiration date? Like when should someone be forgiven? I feel like that's a really hard question.
That is a hard question. And I really think it varies. I think if you're getting canceled for something you did like years ago, and if you've shown growth and take accountability that you're not that person anymore, I think it should be,
Yeah.
you should be forgiven.
Agreed.
I don't know. I don't know if there's like a right answer for that. I think as long as you're taking accountability and showing growth, then
Yes.
unless you just did something unforgivable that you should have known better again in your adulthood, like there's a lot of things that are just not acceptable to do like late 20s or
Agreed. I also
early
think
30s.
Too, like if it's something that you're bringing up, like you mentioned before, that happened when you were 14, it's like you've already shown that growth. That's happened 11 years ago. So what, like I no longer use or do these things anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting, but
What would you say true accountability looks like? So you brought up like those apology videos. So what could an influencer do where you're like, okay, this person learned?
yeah. Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. I think for me, okay, the apology videos that are over like, I don't know, 10 minutes, it's like, are you actually truly sorry at that point? Like, how can you
Yeah.
just sit there for 10 minutes and be like, I'm so sorry? It's like, I think the more genuine, authentic videos of being like, hey, I messed up. I'm going to prove to you that I am sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I think actions are louder than words, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I think, like you said, if they're showing that they are apologetic and choosing to, like, move past this and grow, then I think,
Yeah.
yeah. How about you?
No, I agree with what you said. I also think not making excuses, not being like, I did this
Yes.
because of this way I was blah, blah, blah. I think you just have to take true accountability. What do you think about influencers like donating to charity or like doing things like that after they got canceled? Do you feel it's genuine or PR?
Oh, see, I think it depends on what they were canceled for. I
Yeah.
think if it's a one-time thing, I think it's a little questionable, but if they continue to maybe do it or continue to be like an active part of that community and that society, then I think maybe it does feel more apologetic and like they mean it and heartfelt.
Yeah.
But if it's a one and done thing, oh girl, you're very wrong for that.
Yeah.
Like that's, I don't know. Sometimes it just gives me an icky feeling of like, you're just doing that to fix your reputation.
Totally.
Yeah. How about you? What do you think?
I agree. I think, I don't know, the way people have apologized and tried to redeem their image, etc. after being canceled, it varies so much, and I don't think there's a right way to do it. I don't know what I would do if I got canceled. Probably like crawl and like
It's the
Go
worst
away.
feeling. It's the worst feeling. So actually before Physician's Choice, the other account that I used to run, we got canceled. And so I was there for maybe, oh my gosh, a couple weeks or so. And something happened and everyone was coming at us left and right. And so I had to meet with our PR person to write a statement. And it wasn't even me personally that was being attacked. It was like the company that I worked for at the time. And it is literally the most gut-wrenching feeling of like nothing I can say or do will be right because it will be
Yeah.
taken out of context. So that was a smaller scale too, just in Denver, that I can't even imagine being an influencer or celebrity with millions and millions of followers.
Yeah.
Of like, no matter what you say or do, like people are just gonna be like, you're wrong.
Exactly.
Like it's just,
if you read the comments on like any,
yeah.
almost, I would say 90% of canceled apology videos, the comments are like, we don't forgive you, or you could never make me like blah blah blah.
Gosh. Yeah. I mean, how do you think that how do we hold people accountable without ruining their lives? What do you think?
Again, it's such a like, it varies so much, because there are times when I'm definitely like, that person should lose that brand deal, that person should like face repercussions. But then there's also times where I'm like, we took this so far, you guys. I don't know. I'm gonna let you answer first and see if it inspires me.
Got you, girl. I feel like it's listening before acting kind of thing. So, you know, kind of doing your own research. I feel like people are quick to jump to conclusions before getting the full story, because you don't know that person. That person is an online person, right? So it's like, do your own research, you know, figure out both sides of the story and then maybe make your opinion. I think that can help de-escalate ruining someone's life, because at the end of the day, that is an actual human being, and how would you feel if the words that you're spewing were sent to you?
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's just maybe slowing down, really understanding the situation, and then maybe acting.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good way to kind of not completely be like, you suck.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree. I think so many people are extremely bold behind their phones too, and they don't realize, like, they don't think, how would I feel if I was the one being attacked? So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just hard too. It's like people are quick to hide behind a phone, you know? Like, I think that's why social media in general can just be really toxic. And you throw on cancel culture, that's just literally the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Of like,
Totally.
you know?
What's one hot take you will defend forever?
We were just talking about this before.
I know.
I think, okay, I'm a fashion girly through and through, but I'm going to say it again, okay? I do not like low-rise jeans, and I think they should stay gone forever unless you're tall, okay? Hear me out. I feel like if you're tall, for the most part, like, you can pull them off really well. I feel like that, I don't know, just as a short person, I'm 5'2", guys, okay? Just to put into perspective, it just doesn't hit me right. The pants, like, I have yet to find a low-rise pair of jeans that I think look flattering on me because I'm short.
Yeah.
But I know you're like, I love low-rise jeans.
I do love low-rise jeans, but they took a while to catch on.
Yeah.
And I do think that's fair. Like, for me, a lot of high-waisted jeans don't go all the way down to my legs. And it's hard for me to find one that fit my legs. So it's just like,
You ever choose?
I think it varies. But that's a valid hot take.
Yeah. How about you?
So one that we were talking about before this is, I don't think there should ever be a movie sequel for a movie
Over 10 years?
over 10 years old. Like,
I would have to agree. I feel like it gets overdone. It's like you're ruining the original.
yes. It's different for, like, obviously Harry Potter, like
Whole book series.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, like book series. Or, movie series are different. But I think if you're making, like, no offense, I'm probably going to watch it. But I don't know how good Freaky Friday 2 is going to be.
No, tell me why I'm a little suspicious about that too.
Yeah.
Like, what more plot could you possibly do? Like, it ended on a good note. They're happy.
Yes. Like,
Curious.
let's lay it to rest.
Yes. I don't need to know that you had kids and then you're probably, like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But I love Lindsay Lohan. So
I do.
I fear
I'm so
I
proud
have
of her.
to. Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, I would have to agree. Is there an unpopular opinion that you changed your mind on?
I think fashion trends, like, always, I'm, like, so firm and, like, that's so ugly. And then it'll, like, still, I'll get it. Like, ballet flats, for example, I used to think, I was like, oh, my gosh, we should have left those in 2010. But I got a pair of ballet flats and
Did
I love
you
them.
really?
Yeah. I don't know. Things like that. Or cowboy boots, like, when those first started becoming trendy, I was, like, skeptical. But then
It grew on you?
They grew on me.
Yeah. Well, I feel like with fashion trends too, it's hard until you see it styled. But once you see it, like, someone pull off, like, a really cute outfit, you're like, oh my gosh, I love this. I want a pair now.
Exactly.
So I would have to agree on that
You
one.
see the right person rock a fashion trend, then it can change your...
And then it's more devastating, though, when you can't rock it like that person can.
True.
It happens too much. Have you ever seen Friends? Have you seen the TV show Friends?
I've seen the Thanksgiving episode, but that's it.
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
Have you seen... Did you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Yes.
Okay. This is We Don't Need Another Kardashian spinoff. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah. I think, like, it's so golden with how it was. But this kind of goes back to, me and my brother were talking about this, that, like with the Kardashians, the beauty of that show is like in the 2000s, everything was so unfiltered. They were so real. And now they're so filtered and it feels so scripted and inauthentic. Yes. And I think that's why a lot of people feel less connected to the Kardashians now than they used to, because like the age of, this might get cut out, but the age of Instagram models is like over, like especially with short form content being so real. Like you're just a pretty face, you're not, people don't care anymore. Like you have to have a personality, you have to like,
what are you contributing to society?
You have to contribute something to society. So yeah, I would say we should leave the beauty of Keeping Up with the Kardashians in like 2018. And
I would agree. I also feel like too right now the only reason why it continues to like, because I don't know if you saw it, it's like they changed the name a little bit, but there's one on Hulu now.
The Kardashians.
Yes, that one. Duh, the Kardashians. But I feel like people are just so fascinated with how wealthy they are. So that might be like the only reason why they have a spinoff, in my opinion, because they're like, oh, you literally have a walk-in closet, but you have like, it's so big that you could fit chairs and couches in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just the wealth feels so unattainable, but they're living in it. So I think for me watching the show too, it's like, you're not real.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree. And I feel like a lot of people are kind of like, I was just reading an article the other day about how their views are significantly down, but they still continue to release episodes.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand it.
I will say another hot take though is I think and every time I say this, it's really controversial, but I think like it's indisputable that they are brilliant businesswomen, and
oh my gosh, yeah,
like with the wealth they have created for themselves is insane.
Kris Jenner
and yeah,
Momager.
And I think like people, I'll always bring it back to like how Kim Kardashian first got famous, but like so many people we forgot about in the 2000s, and they kept a name for themselves by like reinventing. So
oh my gosh,
I will give them props for that. But
I will too.
Men should always pay on the first date.
I think so, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I was straight up. It's like you invited me out, and it's the least you could do. If I don't know, especially with like this day and age in dating, I feel like it's really hard to find someone to like open the doors or like do the extra thing.
Yes.
So the least you could do is, I'm sorry, buy me dinner.
I agree.
And if you choose not to, why?
I will always offer.
Oh, same.
But
secretly, I'm like, no.
If they like accept my offer, I don't know. Chivalry is so attractive. So I appreciate a man buying the first date.
Ooh, adults should have nap times.
Well, I don't nap.
I don't either. But I think it would be nice to have an option.
I think it'd be like nice to have an hour of TikTok time where I don't have to talk to anyone in the middle of the day.
Just go on the couch and like
like disassociate for an hour.
Yeah. But I don't know, when you were in like preschool, did you ever have like the little cots would come out and like, I think we should all have that.
Yeah.
We're just laying on a cot, but like you can watch a movie or like just like relaxing time.
Yeah.
I would appreciate that.
I agree. If you're rude to waiters, you're just a bad person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number one pet peeve is people who are rude to any service industry person. Like, I cannot stand it. I can't have friends like that. I could never have a partner like that. Like,
it makes me cringe.
Yeah.
My mom used to always say that every single person should either work in either both, honestly, retail or food, because you really do get a deeper appreciation for them.
Yeah.
And so, like, I did both, actually, when I was in college and high school. And I feel like ever since then, I'm like, I feel like I'm extra kind, because I'm like, I get it. I get you're working yourself over to get money and you're dealing with rude people on the daily basis.
Yes.
Like, if someone is rude to someone, it's like, that's telling me you just don't get it.
Yeah.
And, like, you're not a nice person. It, like, genuinely triggers me.
Me too. No,
I'm like,
it
pull yourself together.
Even if I, like, hear another table being rude, I'm like...
I'll be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Even though I shouldn't even be apologizing. Like, it's not even me.
Everyone's just doing their best.
They are just doing their best. It's fine. Bottom line of cancel culture, she's rough. She's here. I don't think she's going anywhere, unfortunately, anytime soon.
Be kind to each other.
Yes, yes. So whether you're team cancel them or team let's talk it out, thanks for hanging with us.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, we'll catch you on episode 4.
Bye.